Hello and welcome to the Christmas edition of Ask Keri-anne. I hope everybody had a brilliant Christmas and thank you all so much again for all your questions. So we'll start with our first question. When I first did open water swimming, I was probably about 9 years old when I lived out in South Africa, and I did a mile swim. We did them quite regularly out in South Africa, but when I did my first 10k swim, I was 19. I did that in 2006. In the lead up to a major swim that I would do to the World Championships or the Olympic Games, for instance, I'd make sure that I was doing at least once a month doing a 5k straight, just so I could get my body and my mind used to swimming long distances without stopping. So I'd probably suggest to do the same. If you can do roughly about 5k, once every month at least, then I think you're in a good position for when you do your 10k. During training, boredom's not really an issue for me. So a coach will give us a session, a warm-up, a main set and a swim down. And there's about 6 or 8 of us in the pool at the time, so there's a lot of talking, a lot of chatting going on. There's so much to think about as well, so boredom doesn't really play a part in training. Sometimes in open water races, again, it can, not very often does it get boring at all. Sometimes I'll sing if I get really bored, but usually there's so much to think about. So I'm thinking about the next buoy, the next turning buoy, I'm thinking about who's touching my feet, I'm thinking about if I can see fish or not, and all that kind of stuff. So there's quite a lot to think about, so boredom generally doesn't come into it. My top snack post-training is usually a milkshake, a strawberry milkshake, and a banana. Motivation for me has always been getting up in the morning knowing that every session I was going to, I was going to get something out of it. So whether it was an easy session, whether it was a very structured session, so a hard session, and I just absolutely enjoy training. I love training. I love that feeling when I get up and it's really hard and get out feeling like I've done something. So it's never really been a problem getting up in the mornings for that kind of motivation. So it would be the same for yourself. If you get up every single time you go to the gym or you go for a swim, you go for a run, you'll get something out of that session. The state of open water swimming in Britain has increased tremendously in the last 4 years. I remember before Beijing I would have to explain to people what open water swimming was, and now I don't need to explain to people what open water swimming is. Everybody knows about it, and there's 20,000 people that came to watch me swim in the Serpentine at Hyde Park at the Olympics, which I'm incredibly proud of that. So many people know about open water swimming, so many people are doing it on a regular basis. So yes, definitely the open water swimming has increased, and the standard of open water swimming has definitely increased as well over the last 4 years, and I really look forward to seeing that just grow and grow and grow. I would always say work on skills and techniques right from the beginning. It's really important, and even as you go through, always going back to technique and always really concentrating on that. When you get really good at technique, then I'd say you can add more things in, so add more training in, swimming a bit further. If you're doing a 10k, try and get up to doing a 5k in the pool, but technique is the most important thing. My biggest fan, I would say, on Twitter is definitely Georgia. Thank you very much for all your questions and all your support over the last couple of months. I was at Stockport for 9 years and I loved every minute of being at Stockport. It was a real family atmosphere, and moving to Warrender there was kind of the same kind of feeling. They feel a lot like a family as well, and everybody was just so welcoming that I fitted in straight away, and I'm really enjoying the new training pool, the new sessions, the new coaches and everything, and getting to know a whole group of new people as well. It's really exciting, and I'm really glad that I've joined Warrender. I've been so lucky in my swimming career that I've been to some amazing locations. I've swum all the way from New York all the way to Australia, and I guess if I had to choose the worst one, it would probably be in China, in Shantou. We had to swim down a river, so it was 2.5k swimming in a circle right at the top, and then it was pretty much a 7.5k swim downstream, which was really boring actually. I think there was a couple of dead animals in there as well, and the water quality was horrible, but there's been some absolutely incredible experiences as well. So one of them was swimming in New York, swimming past the Statue of Liberty, which was a memory that I'll never ever forget. So that's it for this edition of Ask Keri-anne. Hope everybody had a brilliant Christmas, and I wish you all a Happy New Year.